has a kit. Huh? So it's like a mini home compost kit, but now accelerated, so that you don't have your vegetables going out into with your garbage. You make compost right in your small space. So
it looks like a jiko.
Exactly. So you start there. You put in so it comes with a kit that helps accelerate the composting of your vegetables. So you put let's say you had spinach today, spinach stalks. Maybe you had a mango and banana. You put them in there. Then you sprinkle the kit. It's like soil. So you sprinkle it, cover them, and then you can cover it with newspaper or any biodegradable paper.
Yeah.
And then you cover. Then maybe lunchtime you come, you had a banana, you continue doing the same all the time. Once it's full, it comes here, and this one comes to the top.
Wait, what?
Yes.
It comes as...
Yes, it comes as a set.
I thought this was like one, and then like someone buys it.
No, this is the set.
Oh.
So now this continues to decompose, and then you continue using
to
it.
add.
Because you eat every day, you produce waste every day. So the idea is that it's giving you enough space to put your waste, and also giving this kit enough time to decompose. So by the time you fill the second one, this one has been there for some time. So you now need this one to come down, and whatever is here will come to the last pot and continues decomposing. So you pour it here, and then that pot becomes number one, and then your number one becomes number two, like that. By the time you go, so those are like 3 cycles in one set. Yeah. So by the time you're going through the third one and it's full, this one will be ready for your potted plants. So you can use it, and then you can pour this in, and then you continue.
Are you supposed to add any water?
So it depends. If you're in a very dry place, and because this is also porous, and you can see it has some air holes, if you go in there and you feel that it's drying more than it's decomposing, then you can sprinkle a bit of water. And what the kit does is it also helps retain that moisture, and it also helps aerate, because you need air, you need a bit of moisture so that it doesn't just dry, it decomposes, but not too much water that it rots. Yeah, so it's a fine balance, but it's actually pretty easy. Yeah. Now that's one way. The other way is to include now worms. Worms. So
where are you supposed to get that?
It comes with it.
Oh.
So when you buy the kit,
do you also sell ladybugs?
No. At the moment, just the
worms.
Composting bin, plus now the worms, if you choose to use the worms. So some people get icked out by the idea of having worms at home, so then they just use the kit. So with the worms, it's now even more accelerated, because they are breaking down your veg, and they're also producing worm pee, so it keeps everything moist, but you still have to check. Yeah. So same procedure, but then now you'll have worms here, you'll have worms here, you'll have worms here.
Wait, so now, because you said the last, like we're rotating the clay pots, and I'm seeing like this one is large.
This is large.
Does it continue to stay down, or does it come up? The
This
biggest one.
Here.
Oh.
The only time you'll remove this is when you need to take out your soil. Oh. You may want to sieve it, because...
Funny, how does it look?
This is now just a pot.
Is it just the same as the rest?
This one has holes. This one doesn't.
No, this also has holes.
This also has holes. Yeah. Because it's exactly like this one. Yeah. Let me show you.
Oh, it's hard to remove. Wait, so someone has to use this, ama you can just use like a lid, any lid, ama this is just...
So you can use a lid, but again, if you're composting, you want to try as much as possible to keep. So this keeps the, the, what are those flies called?
Fruit flies.
Fruit flies.
Yeah.
The Drosophila, yeah, the fruit flies away. Yeah. That's why even when you put your bananas and mango peels, especially, you try and use paper as well, also to keep them away.
So, like, what are we not supposed to use?
Definitely no plastics. Anything that doesn't decompose, don't put it in there. Anything that's super woody, so like I would say maybe like your what is it called, your avocado pits, those are too, the stone, even the mango stone, when you throw it in, it will take longer to decompose, but it will decompose.
Can you put like eggshells?
Yeah, you can, but it's very important to not all the time, or not a lot, because then you have more calcium in your soil, so it will be more basic, more alkaline. Yeah, it'll be alkaline. Is it alkaline in it, or you'll be acidifying? No, that should be making it more alkaline.
So now, like, after how long does it really get ready? Let's say if I'm feeling it every day.
There's so many things, because it depends how much I'm feeling, how easy are you able to control those, because so the beginning is a learning process, right? Because it depends. There are things that decompose faster than others. So like spinach stalks will take a little longer compared to, say, the banana peel. Yeah, if you're using worms and you put in melon,
the cover,
the peels, they will eat those ones chop more than they will consume, say, the spinach stalks. So it really depends on what you're putting in there. Yeah.
So now, anything we use to cook, like onions, nanas.
Yes, you can
veggies.
Put all of that. All veggies.
So there's no,
it's organic matter.
There's no limitation.
No limitation.
But you can put like animal shit.
No.
Like goats, chickens.
So because it's really like a fine line. If you have all of that, then you would need a different kind of composting system.
This is so I've seen the one where people like rotate.
Exactly.
So the kit you're talking about, like the purpose of the worms is to do that.
Is to accelerate, because this is a home small scale, right? So if you have the space outside and you can do the whole 60-day cycle, then you go ahead and do that, because it also allows you volume and all of that, if you have that kind of volume. So that's why I'm saying, if you have the goat and the it means you already have a secondary source of manure, so it also means you probably have space, right?
Yeah.
But here it's just about not throwing all your veg matter into your garbage. So especially people who living in apartments, who just throw it all in the garbage bag and it goes somewhere, and then they'll call maybe somebody like you and go like, hey, I'd like some plants on my balcony, yet they can produce their own soil. Yeah.
Wait, so now are there any cons to this method?
Cons, definitely. Learning. It's a learning process in the beginning. And then two, as well, depending on how much you're producing. If you have too much, then you can't put it all at the same time, because you have to balance the decomposing kit. You have to really balance it out. Yeah. The size, depending on your family and how much waste you produce, but all in all, it's a pretty cool kit.
Yeah. So how much is this?
It's, do I know how much it is? Let me see. I forget.
Wait, is this like fresh from being made? Ama, it's just like aged?
This is just the type of clay that we use for this.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. That's the color of
It
it.
looks like it's just
So
aged.
there's so many, so there's so many clays that it's,
So this type of clay isn't the same as this.
it's not the same.
So this is stronger. Oh, it feels metal-y.
Not even stronger. It's just different. So clay is just generally ions, different metals.
I don't know anything about clay.
So for the whole kit, it's 6,000, including the kit to start off. Then maybe if you want worms, now you just buy them for 500 for 250 grams or something like that.
Oh, wait, but you didn't tell me. Can someone add soil?
You can.
Oh.
Yeah.
So any type of soil?
Any type of soil, but again, for what purpose are you adding soil?
Like if you don't have newspapers or carton, and maybe you're trying to like mask the smell. Yeah.
So now the only reason, say to begin with, you will have a really heavy odor is if the balances are also not right. But the idea, and that's why, like, you can also use, instead of newspaper, dry leaves, because the idea is just to add carbon, and the carbon now balances out the green matter. That's what it has. That's what it does.
Hey, I've attempted to make compost so many times, but I usually my dad has a thing that moves around, but I've never really used it. So I attempted once by burying, and then I forgot about it.
Then it should be very
Then
nice.
it didn't, like, I'm not sure, like, I did the right thing though, because I took like all the garbage, because we usually have like one big bin for putting like organic matter. So I took everything, I dug, and then I just buried.
No. So, okay, two things. You can do that if you're not in a rush to produce anything. But your aim is to produce something, yeah? So, it's the same concept here. Same goal. If you're able to produce dry leaves, for every layer of organic, you provide with dry. For every layer, with dry. I hear you talking about goat manure.
That's the secret.
I hear you talking about goat manure.
So
you
yeah.
just do it layers. Green, brown, goat stuff. Green, brown, goat stuff. Green, brown, goat stuff, like that. Dry grass. Even hay is okay.
Oh.
Because you're adding carbon, but hay is dry. So think dry.